Hello, second grade. How are you guys doing? I'd really like to give a shout out to those of you who are continuing and working on your journal pages, and some of you like to share them with me, and I got some great pages from Duncan. He's really good about videotaping them, so thank you, Duncan, for sending me the share. The rest of you, if your parents are checking them, that makes me happy too. So good job, you guys. I know you guys are all checking in and out, and your parents are really doing a good job at teaching you, taking over my job. Oh well. So this week our lesson on measurement is still about going around finding different things to use as a personal measurement tool, just in case you don't have a yardstick or a measurement tool that is accurate to measure with. So I'm just going to show you a couple things that that are around your house that you could use for measurement tools. So one of them is your finger. Okay, across your finger could be about 1 inch or 1 centimeter. So now we're looking for centimeter measurement tools. And as I told you before, mine is the pinky. So my pinky is exactly 1 centimeter. So I use my pinky. The next thing that you could have is a quarter. Most of us have quarters around the house, right? So a quarter can be used, and a quarter is about 1 inch. And as a review from before, I told you a piece of paper is 8.5 by 11. So if you have a notebook, this is about 1 foot. It's a little less, but it can help you find things to measure. And then if you need to know how much a meter is, a meter stick is about the width of your doorway. So if you do have a meter stick like I do, you could try to walk through your doorway and see if you get stuck. And then maybe you could tell me if you go, I can't get out. So it wouldn't be wise to carry your meter stick this way if your door is less than a meter stick, right? We got to think sometimes. Remember, we always have Einstein. He's always over here. He's like, think. Okay, so now that we're thinking, let's go on to what you'll be doing this week. So you'll be using both inches and centimeters this week and measuring. And sometimes you might measure the same thing in centimeters and inches. So if I were to measure my Rubik's Cube here, my little 2x2, this is 1 inch. So I got that right there, it's 1 inch. But I'm gonna flip it over to the centimeter side, and I have to flip it over so you guys can read the words, the numbers I mean. And it is about 2.5 centimeters. Well, lo and behold, guess what? 2.5 centimeters is about 1 inch. Okay, it's there about somewhere. So if you guys know that if you have to convert this, and if I say, oh, they want me to measure this in inches and centimeters, I measured it in an inch, it's 1 inch, and I'm like, oh, I know right away that it's going to be 2.5 centimeters because I know the conversion. So with that in mind, just make sure that if you're lucky enough right now to have a measuring tool like a yardstick that has centimeters and inches on both sides, that is great. So you can go around and use this. And what I want you to learn, your goal is to understand that these are two different measuring systems, okay? You can't, they don't go together, but you can convert them, okay? You can convert them. And I even have this fancy tool that helps me convert it a little more precisely, which I will show you coming up in the next video. So you have the next two lessons, 22 and 23, you're gonna blow right through those because they're pretty easy, straightforward. You're just gonna go around, measure things, and hopefully you understand the difference between centimeters and inches. And that is my goal for you to say that I can measure in centimeters and inches this week, and I know when I can convert and how to convert. That 1 inch is about 2.5 centimeters. Next, I'm gonna ask you eventually, how many feet are in a mile? How high is Pikes Peak? That's something to think about. You guys have a great week, and remember, I love you and think of you. Bye.